Okay, so we are live. Good morning. This is Kasama Lee. I am a personal success coach, a speaker, and I've recently created an online program called The Winning Formula. I am out of the Northern California area, the Napa area. First of all, I want to welcome all of you for being on Google Hangout with me. Basically, what I have done so far is it comes down to 3 tips that I wanted to leave with you today. And if you just walked away from our conversation and you actually took one and actually put it to work, I promise you're going to start seeing some new results that you may have not seen before. Okay. Now we have, of course, we have had LinkedIn and Twitter, and I created an Instagram account a couple of years ago, and we have Pinterest and Tumblr. I mean, it's nuts, right? So we have all of these social media ways to connect with people, and it can be overwhelming. I don't know about you. I mean, I've been at this for a while, and this is not what I do full time. The list building piece is just part of the process of building the sales funnel. And I feel like I'm overwhelmed a lot of times. So, if that's you, then we're in the same boat. And I think that one of the tips that I wanted to share with you would hopefully, give you a little bit of a peace of mind around, all of these social media tools that we have. Okay. But the first thing I want to kind of, have you kind of look at, because what I do is in personal success, sometimes, breaking down all the noises and the distractions and really look at what we're good at is kind of the first thing, and it's where we start. So I'm going to start with that. Okay. First tip is, what is your personality type? Are you the type that connects best with people belly to belly? In other words, you make the best relationships when you meet one-on-one or person to person or at a business networking. Okay, is that where you get the most bang for your buck? So that's the first thing. Or are you the type that you're the techie type and you like to just be on social media and not just watch people, because that's not where you really get results. It's where you generate the conversations, right? So are you the type that builds relationships more effectively on social media, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook? We'll touch on that in one of the later tips, okay? Or are you the type that phone call is the best way, or knocking on door is the best way? So who are you? Where have you leveraged the most in relationship building? Because here's the deal, list building is nothing more than building relationships. And if you treasure every single name that gets added to your list, trust me, they're going to feel it. And that's really where they're going to start developing the know, like, and trust, because people would really choose to do business with you because they like you, they've gotten to know you, and they trust you. I'm sure you've heard that before. And if you haven't, the principles have worked, for a very long time. So keep that in mind, okay? Because we all know that in the profession that we're in, we're not the only one who is doing whatever it is that we're doing. So like I'm a personal success coach. I'm not the only one. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people around the world who do what I do. So whatever it is that you do, the people who choose to work with you is because they like who you are. You're the brand, right? You're the best spokesperson of yourself. So what is your personality? Okay. So because whatever that is where you want to spend the most of your time building your list. Now, so having said all of that, the second thing I want to talk to you about, so now I'm going to kind of go into different ways of building your list effectively, okay? So if you are the networking type of person. In other words, you're more effective when you meet people, okay? The best place that I would suggest for you to go to first is go to meetup.com, meetup.com, okay? You create a free profile just as you would with Facebook or LinkedIn, and start searching for, if you're in business, if your clients are entrepreneurs, or if your clients are, let's say you're in real estate and they're newlyweds, married couples, that type of thing, okay? Look for the type of networking that would bring you to your audience or your prospects, okay? See, here's the thing. You need to go to them. You need to find out who your client is, and you need to go to where they are, because they're certainly not going to come find you, right? So go find where they are. So through Meetup, you can do keyword searches like entrepreneurs, business networking, different types of recreation. If you're, if they're hikers, if they're photographers, if they're, I don't know where homeowners would hang out. I guess you'd have to come up with that. Or it might be like the mom's club or dad's club, that type of thing, okay? Or book club, So you want to look for those, grab those keyword searches and look for those meetup gatherings that are in your area, okay? Or if you want to just venture out of your area, that's another way of doing it. Then you want to attend some of those meetings. I can't tell you how many times I've run into people when I used to speak at, I used to do more of that as I was building my business. I used to speak at different business networking meetings, and there would be people that would just show up, didn't know anybody, but they found the event through Meetup. So that's a great way for you to really meet new people, because here's the thing, you're looking to build your Rolodex, right? Your virtual Rolodex. So you need to expand out of your, the people that you know, okay? So that's the first thing in your belly to belly. If you are social media, okay, this is what I would suggest to you. Pick one that you have the most, you make the most noise, or if you have the most contacts. The other thing you want to take into consideration is, based on the type of clients that you're looking for, are they more the professional type? Because if they are, you want to go to LinkedIn. If they're more the social type, right, entrepreneurs, that type of thing, you may want to go to Facebook, okay? Or Instagram, if you're an artist and more creative type of clients, or the people you're looking for, you might want to go to Instagram because it's more image-based. So it depends on what industry you're in, right? So now, when you pick the social media, I would start with one, because this is where you can get literally sucked into being overwhelmed with so many ways of getting on social media, and before you know it, you're on social media all day and nothing else gets done. There are other things outside of scrolling through what people are doing. So if you pick one, here's the best tip that I can give you about showing up on social media. Think about how you can add value. Think about how you can bring, whether in my business, because it's about personal growth and professional development, I just love quotes that inspire me. I just love thoughts that provoke me to want to do more, to be more. So I share that. It's organic, it's authentic to me. And I would just share a post, and every so often, and that's adding value, right? And I'm not asking for anything. And every so often, I will let people know what I'm doing. If I'm, like, for example, I'm doing the Business Wealth Summit, I'm co-hosting it, I'm a speaker there. I would share that information about the event, and people would literally enroll online because they have virtually developed the know, like, and trust, and established some relationship with me. And I can tell you that it's really exciting when you start seeing people showing up or online registering for your event when you don't know them. You have no idea who they are. But somehow they are part of the ripple effect of your message, you know, of what you've been adding value out there in the social media world. So do that, okay? Think adding value first before you ask them to do something, or before you say, come here, do this, get on this, and this and that, because people want to know that you are about giving first. And I like hanging out with givers, and I kind of run from takers as well, okay? So look for a way to add value. Whatever it is in your industry that you have knowledge in, I can promise you, I have this awesome quote that is on my wall that says that expert is knowing a little bit more than most people. Whatever it is, industry that you're in, you have knowledge that sometimes you take for granted. I've done that myself, and you don't realize how many people out there appreciate what you have to share. So make sure that you get that information out. You know, it could be just a quote, a couple of, you know, sentences. You know, don't be long drawn. Be brief, because everybody's busy, okay? So that's the second tip. Pick what you know and show up there in social media. And here's the thing, show up consistently. Don't just show up one time and then, oh yeah, it's been a month, I better get on again. And make that your mainstream way of showing up, because consistency is really where success shows up, okay? Same thing with business networking. If that's the route you choose, make sure you keep showing up. If you found a certain networking group that speaks to you, that you fit, that kind of lines up with your core values, okay? Show up. If it's a once a month thing, like I just found this awesome, you know, business networking group that I just love the people, because they're about, they all have a cause that they serve, they make contribution outside of their business. Those are the kinds of people that I want to do business with. So, and they have a networking event, you know, once a month. I'm committed to it. So don't just show up, drop your business cards off, and never show up again, and then you try to just, you know, email all the cards that you collect, you know, 3 months later and say, you know, I want you to come to my event. It doesn't work. It, like, people need to know that you are making contribution into their lives as well, okay? So now, third and last tip, I told you this is going to be like, you know, brief and you know, getting you going right away, getting you to take some action, okay? Third and last tip, be strategic in how you network, okay? And I guess the best way that I can say that is this. So I want to show you this, right? You see this? Guess what these are? They are business cards. Yes, they are business cards. So if you're going to have business cards, right, as you should, especially if you're networking. Sorry, I'm trying to reach for something to show you. So I've learned this. I spent many years in real estate, and I actually started in the real estate industry with not a one name. Like, my husband and I just moved to a new town, which is where I live now, in American Canyon, California, and I knew no one. And I decided, this is where ignorance could be bliss, because I decided I was going to get into real estate. And I literally became, in the second year, one of the top producers. First of all, I had never done sales, truly, and just kept building relationships. Excuse me. And I was able to become like one of the top producers, which is mind-blowing as I'm talking about it. Sorry, I need a sip of water. So here's what I learned. They kept telling me that I needed to get my business cards, have my picture on my business card, and I thought, how, like really? I mean, am I that big on myself that I need to have, like, I was really uncomfortable with having my own picture on my business cards. And then I realized it was one of the best things I've learned, and I still use it today. Now that I am in the, you know, public speaking, personal development, success coaching, I still, every single version of my business card has my picture on it. So here's, right, my currently business card. Here's the one before that. Here's the thing I want to share with you about business cards. Make sure that your picture, your photograph is done nicely. Preferably it's professionally done. If you do it yourself, make sure, your background is nice, the lighting is good, so it's not this dark, picture that people can't see when you get it printed on the business card. Make sure it's professional looking, right? You're gonna do it right. And make sure the card is like good stock version card, not the flimsy card, because, first impression is, you get one shot of first impression. Your business card is also only gets one shot of your first impression. So it's going to go in somebody's box, right? Make sure that if it goes in somebody's box, when they pull it out, they can remember which one you were. Because if it's just your name and your phone number and all that, how do they even go back to find you? Why would they even want to reach back out to you? Because I've gone to, networking events where I come home with, 20, 30 business cards. And believe you and me, I go to the ones what I remember those individuals first, whether they left me an awesome impression or I just vaguely remember them, or hello, if the picture is on the card, you can't lose, right? They can identify you there. So get your picture on the business card. Make sure it's nicely designed. There are many great resources that you could get your business card professionally designed, okay? Speaking of that, hopefully that will help you as well. And when you get the business cards, what did I do on my cell phone? If you have a smartphone, right, there are apps, free apps. Oh, look at my business cards there again. Free apps that you can get on a smartphone that would take a picture of the business card, scan, like extract the text, and upload it into your contact list on your phone. I mean, how cool is that? So if you just go, business card scanning app, there's plenty of them, okay? Because that's how I do it now. Who has time to type all of them in, right? Now, that's the last great tip I want to give you. Here's a gift I want to give you. If you want to just learn more about some free online tools, I built my business, literally, a lot of it is on free online tools that are available out there, okay? You can go to successtools.biz, excuse me, successtools.biz, and get a list. Basically, it's a list of online tools that I have used that have served me well, and I still use many of them. Some of them are not free, but most of them are free. And the places where you can get your website done, the places where you can get your graphic design done for your brochures, your business cards, your logo even, really inexpensively, okay? So I would suggest that you grab that free tool. And you will also be receiving any upcoming free online webinars that I'm going to be doing very shortly here about really how to raise your bottom line in business, in life, in money, in personal success. Because you see, personal success in my world is not just about money. It's a whole wheel of different areas of your life, because one area is not going to make you a true success when the other areas are sinking, right? So I'm going to be doing a webinar series around that. So if you're interested in that, you'll be invited personally by me on that as well. I'm signing off. Meanwhile, be well. I hope that you take one tip and put it to good use and be consistent with it, because consistency is what's going to show up in your next level of result. This is Kasama Lee, your personal success coach, signing off. May you have an awesome, awesome day and an awesome week. Thank you for joining me.